Hi everyone, Anthea Brawl here with Week 8 vlog. So people tend to think that the internet is the reason for distance education, but really correspondence courses have been in America since the late 1800s. Internet just increased the pace towards distance education. And one of the common themes that I hear from people sometimes when I tell them I'm in an online program is, how do you handle not the lack of human interaction? And I think that's one of the misconceptions about online education is the human interaction piece. So I thought I'd focus on that today and focus on the pedagogical practices that create highly supportive interactive models in online education. Why it matters to me is because I do work at Capital One and my team ranges from age 20 all the way to the late 60s, and they all have different needs. And Capital One is going more towards the virtual training environment. So I want to find ways that I can support that, especially since some of my associates are not in the same location as I am. So I want to see what some of those factors and traits are that make it a successful interaction model when you're in the online distance education arena. So three articles that I dug into all gave me the same factors and traits of a teacher that leads to successful online interactive model classroom. So number one is the fosters relationships. Number two, they're responsive and timely with their feedback. Number three, they have really strong communication skills. Number four, they're very organized. And number five, they have technology skills. So jumping into Article 1, it's by Roddy et al., because there's about 10 other authors. They stated that students want to feel supportive. Whether you're in a brick or virtual walled room, it's the same framework. They want that support. So they say that the support comes from communication is the key, right? It's got to be timely and responsive. Teacher has to be very organized with the communication, what they're relaying. And then the teacher needs to understand tech enough that it doesn't impede on the other factors. Now, Article 2 by Sun and Ching kind of takes it one step further. They take those same characteristics of a teacher, but they define it into a role, and they say they have to have a strong teaching presence. So, a teacher with a strong teaching presence balances the cognitive and social presence, and it's the catalyst for the community development in an online class. And then Article 3 takes by Widemore kind of takes it into the next level with how the generations differ, because in online education you tend to have more of a range of ages. So it talks about how all the generations are different. They have different values and motivations. So strong educators find ways to bridge that gap between the generations, and that communication is the key to that. They say that traditionalists, the older students, need really clear goals and directions, whereas down to Gen Z, the younger students, really just want that constant feedback. So there's different communication model. So I really enjoyed these three articles to find ways to be a successful teacher, to have some of these traits so that I could help encourage an interactive model within my distance education courses. Thanks for listening.